I was wondering as of last week, because we had closed, our lowest close was right on that threshold of our swing trading to sideways channeling, kind of, differentiation on which way the market would go. And so I was going to be having a hard time. And I've been, telling my program participants to kind of stay vigilant and be ready to do either turn to a bias where we look for swing trading opportunities, or we turn to a bias where we really get into our premium selling. In fact, one of my top star students mentioned yesterday, he's like, the market that we've seen in the last couple of months has been difficult for the sideways channel or premium sellers, because it's been, driven kind of this swing trading, but also driven by money that's a little bit more unpredictable than usual that we've seen in the past years. Well, as of today, we're falling into this area. In fact, now my eye is clearly over here at this $5,235.48 level. I'm curious whether or not we're going to wind up getting lower than that, right? That's my 100% retracement. That's where the last kind of move up, we call it range expansion, that last move up started from. And if we go below that level, what that usually means is that the uptrend is over, right? It means that, hey, we're starting to see some downtrend activity. But you know what? We're looking at today, and there's a lot of alarm bells going off. They're saying that the NASDAQ chart is in a correction, which means that indeed the NASDAQ did go below that 100% retracement. The S&P is a little bit cooler, right? Because it's got a lot more in it than just these high-flying tech stocks that have been selling off recently, while people have been moving their money to more defensive plays. The S&P 500 has a lot of those defensive plays in it. So it will be curious to see what happens, but we are definitely clearly, this red territory I have here is clearly telling us that if you're into sideways choppy, which us, premium sellers are, you're going to be having a heyday probably for the foreseeable future, 2024, maybe even into 2025. So we're kind of celebrating a little bit, but I am curious how far we go. And I am, of course, going to be paying attention to, because I know how fast the bear can jump out the window, this other level that I've got identified called 5,133.59. I'm curious if we dip below that, because that would mean a whole different thing. That would, instead of it being just like a bunch of hype like we're seeing right now, that would actually confirm it for me that a hard landing is, I'm not actually concerned about this whole hard landing discussion that I'm seeing all the pundits talk about. But if we do dip below that 5,133.59, then I'm going to be jumping on that boat too.